Good evening, everyone. Today we are here to have a debate on one nation, one election. First of all, I want to talk about the theory of one nation, one election. One nation, one election means the state elections and the central elections will be held within a one time span in all over the India. And right now, we are not having one nation, one election. We are having state elections and the central elections in a in the different time span. And I will be telling about the advantages of the one nation one election, and my friend who is sitting on the right side will be telling about the disadvantages of the one nation one election. So first of all, I want to talk about if we have one nation one election, then it can increase development. It can also lead to the focused governance, and it can decrease the wastage of time during the election campaigns. For example, within 2023, as we have seen, there were many elections in the some states. So our PM Modi has done approx 108 road shows and campaigns. So we can see not only Narendra Modi, there are many people of the party who are just focusing on the winning the elections. So we can see how much time is wasted on those things. And for every election there is a code of conduct, and in average 3 months we can see there is election in India. So due to code of conduct, government is also not able to focus on its governance. There is a no new policy, no new kind of vacancies during 3 to 4 months. And there it is also decreasing our development. We are the developing nation, so development is the most necessary thing for the India.
Yes, as my opponents told you about the one nation one election thing, I want to add something that it is not a new system of election system. It is a system which we take place in a synchronized manner with the for the state and central government. It also happened in India till late 60s, but after that, lots of state government started to dissolve. That's why we couldn't continue it. On that fact, I want to ask to my opponent that if these circumstances come into India again, then how we will tackle this to avoid this because we can't depend on the presidential rule for the next 5 years. And since it will implement, then how we will it since it will implement, then we cannot able to conduct election in the same time again. And the next point is that if ruling party is doing some kind of election some kind of corruption and dictatorship like China and North Korea, we are able to teach them a lesson by changing the government at the state level. And if one nation will one election thing implemented, then we are not able to do these kind of things, and they are able to free to do any kind of things for next 5 years. And I want to also add something that it violated the rules of democracy, because democracy follows the rule of federalism. And federalism, and by one nation one election thing, it will be government will be centralized after that. Then what is the mean of democracy? It is nothing a new system. It's for the politician. They want to implement it because they don't want to deliver speeches same times again, fake promises again, and visited the same state again and again.
So, as my friend told about the synchronization of the government's alignment of their tenures, so I want to tell you that Election Commission of India has told twice to thrice about the one nation one election. In 1999, Election Commission of India appealed for the one nation one election, and then again in 2004 they appealed, and recently they have a statement that we are ready for the one nation one election. So why how they are ready? They have a plan of curtailing or extending any tenure to alignment. So it's not our work to judge to synchronize those. They will be able to manage the alignment of their tenures. It can be by curtailing or extending their tenures for some time. And if we are having, and as my friend told about corruption also, so my friend, according to data by the one nation one election, we will be able to reduce one corruption. We will be able to reduce the cost which is spent on the elections, and we will also reduce the freebies which are provided in every election. For example, in 2000, only in the Lok Sabha elections, there were the expenditure of approx 60,000 crores, and there were also many state elections. So if we will be having every election together, then there will be less expenditure on the elections. And in every election we can see corruption is there. You are telling right, buddy, I am getting your point. But if election will be once, then whatever corruption is there, it will be once. So in one time, there will be less corruption. And if we talk about the freebies, we can take the example of Rajasthan. In Rajasthan, government is providing many cell phones, many freebies like free electricity, many projects for the ladies, for the farmers. But like in Rajasthan, in every state, governments are providing. But if election will be only once, then those schemes will be only for a one time, and it will not cost that much as it is costing right now. And it will definitely it will definitely take some amendments, but it will not be that much hard. And if it is having pros, then we must take care of this.
As my opponent told you about the different time election system increase lots of expenditure, I want to say that it indirectly increase the employment for the people of India. I will tell you how. If we will held two times election in the if we held two time election, then it will indirectly increase the employment for the garland sellers, stage organizers, poster and banner manufacturers, and the people who are having government duty in the election. They didn't get any kind of increment in the salary. So how can you say that it will the increase expenditure? And on that point, this kind of money will being paid by the party funds, not by the government funds. Yes, I only agree on the only agree on the transportation thing, because on transportation things I want to say that if the government are able to waive off lots of loan of businessmen, then why don't we able to neglect the loan of transportation for the sake of democracy? And it also brings black money of the parties in the circulation. And although the one nation one election thing increase the expenditure, because we don't have lots of EVM for the that much large scale. So we have to buy EVM for about almost 6,000 crore rupees. And as you mentioned that we lots of country have that, we can also implement it by the by. I want to say that India is not ready for that time, because lots of people are literate in India, like 78% are literacy in India, but that doesn't mean that every people have able to differentiate between state government, state election or central election. Like as giving my example, I am not able to differentiate between the both of them from last 6 months. And at that point, I want to add that there are lots of major drawbacks on that. Like if one nation, one election thing implemented, then it is dangerous for the existence of the regional parties, because it indirectly supported the national parties, because they have because regional party don't have lots of money to promote their thinking and ideology on the that much vast scale. So this is a danger for the existence of for their. And also sometimes it also brings lots of confusion for the voters, whom should they vote to the central level or for the state level. And because most of the time our audience or people of India incline towards the national issue in compare of the regional issue, then we will go vote to the ruling party. There is a data according to the 2015 IIDFC. If yeah, one nation one election thing will implemented, there's 77% chance for the ruling party to come into the government again.
Yeah, gentlemen, got your point, and I definitely agree with you. But I have a different point of view. For example, he told about that the money which is spent in during the election, it is a money of party. It is not the money of government. But for your kind information, I want to tell you that the money which is spent in the elections, it is also going by our side. It is our money, not the money of the people who are in the parties. So, like that, we can see that there were freebies in Rajasthan, and we can see Rajasthan is the second number in the matter of debt. So, it is our money, we can see, and we can also see the rates of petrols which is increasing due to freebies. Yeah, I definitely agree on that point that you told that literacy rate. We must make people understand about the what is state elections, what is central elections. For your kind of information, I also want to tell you that there are 78% people in the India who are literate, but maybe some of them are not aware about those things, like what is the central elections and what is the state elections. So we must organize a team for making people aware about the state elections and the central elections. they can go home, they can go door to door, and they can make people aware about what will be the process of central elections, what will be the process of state elections, what are the MLAs, what are the MPs, and by doing those kind of things, we can implement this. So
and I also want to conclude this, like sir also said that we have to make a team and make them understand the people of India. Then the second thing we also do that, we have to take vote of the people of India on that topic, because we right now we are not able to implement this one nation one election thing. So you have to take time and vote, take vote of every individual on that topic.
yeah, and
That's
there
my
is also a
opinion.
team which is organized by the government of India for having a ground report about the one nation one election. So we should wait about the outcome of that report, and after that we can work according to the situations.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all.